Hello students, I am Vani Malhotra, SST Mistress from Government Middle School, Salamatpur, District, SAS Nagar, Mohali. Students, we will be doing lesson 6th of class 10th, some glimpses of ancient Indian thought and practices. I had already done with you part 1. So today we will be doing part 2. Let us go through some ancient thoughts and practices and learn from them about culture and philosophy of this great land. Before we start with lesson, here's a question for you. How does globalization affect Indian culture? Think over this question. Students, India has a rich cultural background and pride of its culture is famous in all over world. There has been both positive and negative impacts of globalization on social and cultural values in India. Students, before I move further to explain you this lesson, let's have a quick recap of what we studied in part 1. First, gods were losing in a fight against demons. Second, they went to Lord Vishnu in desperation. Third, the Lord advised them to get a powerful sword. Fourth, the gods approached the sage Dadichi, a great saint. Fifth, Dadichi took no time in laying down his life so that his bones could be made into an invincible weapon. Sixth, this is an example of the victory of good over an evil. Seventh, the supreme sacrifice of the young sons of Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Eighth, the people of this country believe in the unity of life anywhere and everywhere. Let's read the text together. Once the story goes, King Janak of Mithila, present Bihar, called a meeting of scholars to discuss some ticklish issue based on high philosophic thought. A well-known sage named Ashtavakra, so called because of his deformed body, was also invited to this meeting. As Ashtavakra entered the portals of the palace hall and walked up the passage, some scholars already present there burst into a derisive laughter. How could such a deformed and misshapen person discuss high philosophy? They felt. Ashtavakra thundered back to the king, O king, I feel ashamed of being invited to this assembly of skinners. A person who deals in animal skins, charmkar. It is only a skinner who measures intelligence or status of a person from his skin or physical looks, or the color and shape of his skin or body. This put the entire assembly to shame and brought them to their knees to beg pardon of this great saint. Color of the skin or shape of the body has never been a measure of intelligence or status in this country. Let's learn some new words and their meanings. First, lofty means very high and impressive. Second, deformed means of a person or part of the body not having the normal or natural shape or form. Third, derisive means expressing contempt or ridicule. Fourth, ticklish means difficult to deal with, a touchy subject. Students, I would like to tell you a story of King Janak. He was the king of Mithila, presently known as Bihar. Once, the King Janak called a meeting of the scholars. A well-known sage, Ashtavakra, who had a deformed body, was also invited. Some scholars laughed at his deformed body. So Ashtavakra said to the king, "Oh, king, I feel ashamed of being invited to this assembly of the people who deal in animal skin." Ashtavakra said that they were skinners because they measured the value of everything by its skin or color. So all the scholars felt small in front of the sage. This put the entire assembly to shame and brought them to their knees to beg pardon of this great saint. So students, color of the skin or shape of the body has never been a measure of intelligence in this country. Let's read the text together. Lord Rama's eating of the tasted berries from a Bhil woman, a Shudra woman who used to sprinkle water on the earth with the help of a leather bag, is a sufficient proof of the fact that there was never any discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, or profession of a person in ancient India. Moving further with the reading of the text, one is here also reminded of what the enlightened sage Swami Vivekananda said to a lady in America who laughed at his simple dress. Madam, in your country, it is the tailor who makes a man. In my country, it is the intrinsic worth and character of a person that make him or her great. Isn't it unwise to support tacitly or otherwise any talk of such discrimination on such frivolous basis today? Let's learn some new words and their meanings. First, sufficient means enough or adequate. Second, discrimination means the unjust or prejudicial judgment of different categories of people, especially on the grounds of race, age, sex, or disability. Third, enlightened means having or showing a rational, modern, and well-informed outlook. Fourth, intrinsic means belonging naturally. Fifth, frivolous means silly or absurd. Dear students, do you remember the story of Lord Rama eating tasted berries from a Bhil woman who belongs to a lower caste? Lord Rama brought himself to the level of the woman to show her respect and love. This clearly shows that there was no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, or religion in ancient India. Students, I'll share another incident with you of an American woman laughing at Swami Vivekananda's simple dress. In an assembly, the lady said, "What a simple dress you are wearing." Vivekananda said to the lady, "Madam, in your country, man is made by tailor, but in my country, it is the character of a person that make him or her great." Students, in this exercise, we will be practicing to use comma and semicolon. When two independent clauses are linked without any conjunction between them, a semicolon is inserted. Students, we use a comma after the first independent clause when we link two independent clauses with one of the following coordinated conjunctions like and, but, for, or, nor, so, yet. For example, I am going home, comma, and I intended to stay there. Second, I am going home, semicolon, I intended to stay there. So students, have you seen the difference? In first sentence, we have used conjunction, that is and in second sentence, we haven't used any conjunction. So try to solve this exercise. Choose the correct punctuation mark. First, Satish has given up smoking about 5 times dash, but he cannot break the habit. Second, our dog seems to have a built-in alarm clock dash. He wakes us up at exactly the same time every morning. Third, the passengers on the plane were alarmed dash, but the pilot and the crew kept their calm. Fourth, I had to complete the assignment by Sunday dash, otherwise I would have failed the course. Fifth, Ram decided to be a doctor dash, but he changed his mind after he heard of the fees of the medical college. Students, check your answers. First, Satish has given up smoking about 5 times, comma, but he cannot break the habit. Second, our dog seems to have a built-in alarm clock, semicolon. He wakes us up at exactly the same time every morning. Third, the passengers on the plane were alarmed, comma, but the pilot and the crew kept their calm. Fourth, I had to complete the assignment by Sunday, comma, otherwise I would have failed the course. Fifth, Ram decided to be a doctor, comma, but he changed his mind after he heard of the fees of the medical college. Choose the correct preposition. First, there is no truth dash what she just said, bracket, in, about. Second, she stood leaning dash the wall, bracket, on, against. Third, she pushed the letter dash the door, bracket, under, below. Fourth, the boys ran dash the road, bracket, across, through. Fifth, climb dash the tree to get the mangoes, bracket, on, up. Students, check your answers. First, there is no truth in what she just said. Second, she stood leaning against the wall. Third, she pushed the letter under the door. Fourth, the boys ran across the road. Fifth, climb up the tree to get the mangoes. Students, let's do some comprehension questions. Question number 1. Why did some scholars laugh at Ashtavakra? And the answer is Ashtavakra had a deformed body and looked very ugly, so some scholars laughed at him. Question number 2. How did Ashtavakra react? And the answer is he became very angry and called them Skinner because they measures intelligence of a person from his skin or the color and shape of his body. Question number 3. What did Vivekanand say to the lady who laughed at his simple dress? And the answer is Vivekanand said to the lady that in your country a man was made by tailor. In my country, a character of a person made him or her great. Question number 4. Give an example to prove that in ancient India there was no discrimination on the basis of caste. And the answer is Lord Rama, who was the son of the king, ate berries from a Bhil woman. This shows that there was no discrimination on the basis of caste or creed of a person in ancient India. Dear students, here's a home assignment for you. Write a short speech on a man is great not by caste or birth, but by his intrinsic worth. Students, here's a pronunciation practice for you. Write these words in your English notebook. Check up the pronunciation of the following words in the dictionary and say them aloud. First word is S-A-U-C-E. Second, Y-A-K. Third, BUTCHER. Fourth, MONK. Fifth, CANAL. Sixth, CLERK. Seventh, SWAN. Eighth, BALLET. Ninth, YACHT. Tenth, BALCONY. 11th, DEBRIS. 12th, CHEW. 13th, DEMON. 14th, EXAMPLE. 15th, THOROUGHLY. Students, I end my lecture with this inspirational quote by Mark Twain. I have no color prejudice, nor caste prejudice, nor creed prejudice. All I care to know is that a man is a human being, and that is enough for me. He can't be any worse. Thank you, students. I'll be doing rest of this lesson in part 3. Happy learning!